The lights drop, the arena goes quiet, and 15,000 people forget how to breathe. This is Prague. This is the 2026 ISU World Figure Skating Championships. And this right here, right now, is the moment the entire season has been building toward. The women's free skate has already delivered performances that would have headlined any other championship in history. Athletes from a dozen countries left everything they had on that ice. The scores were staggering. The skating was breathtaking. The competition was as deep and fierce as anyone in this sport has ever seen. And yet, when Kaori Sakamoto glides to her starting position at center ice, none of it feels like enough. Because the moment she arrives, something changes in that building. The atmosphere shifts, the noise drops away, and every single person in that arena, from the judges to the casual fans who barely follow skating, understands instinctively that they are about to witness something different. Something bigger than a competition. Something closer to a statement. This is Kaori Sakamoto, and she is about to rewrite the record books one more time. To truly understand what Sakamoto accomplished in Prague, you have to understand exactly what she was up against. Because this was not a weak field she could coast through. This was the deepest, most talented collection of female skaters ever assembled at a single world championship, and every single one of them showed up ready to fight. Her compatriot Monet Chiba had already delivered a performance for the ages, posting a total score of 228.47, a number that would have claimed gold at multiple previous world championships without breaking a sweat. Chiba's technical precision was surgical. Her grace was effortless. She threw down the kind of benchmark that makes competitors in the back of the draw rethink everything they thought they knew about their own program. That score wasn't just a number. It was a challenge, a dare, a line drawn in the ice, daring anyone to cross it. Belgium's Nina Pinceroni answered that challenge with everything she had, fighting her way to third place with a total of 215.2. Her skating was consistent, elegant, deeply lyrical, the kind of performance that earns standing ovations and genuine respect from even the most demanding technical purists. It was a medal-worthy effort in every sense of the word, and on another night, in another year, it might have been the story everyone was talking about. America's Isabeau Levito brought those impossibly clean lines and world-class artistic sensibility that have made her one of the most talked-about skaters on the circuit, landing in fourth with 206.9. Italy's Lara Naki-Gutman delivered what many observers called the performance of her entire career, scoring 205.2 inches, a free skate that had the crowd roaring. Amber Glenn finished sixth with 203.2, bringing her signature passion and fearlessness to the ice. Estonia's Nina Petrikina and South Korea's Jia Shin rounded out a top 8 that reads like a who's who of the next generation of this sport. This wasn't a stepping stone field. This was the mountain, a steep, brutal, unforgiving mountain that demanded absolute perfection from anyone who wanted to stand at its peak. The bar had not just been raised in Prague, it had been launched into orbit. And into all of that, Kaori Sakamoto skated to center ice and took her opening pose. There is a particular quality that separates truly great figure skaters from simply very good ones, and it has nothing to do with jump rotations or spin levels or program component scores. It's something harder to measure and infinitely harder to manufacture. It's presence. It's the thing that makes an entire arena lean forward the moment a skater steps onto the ice, before a single element has been performed, before a single note of music has played. It's the quality that makes thousands of people simultaneously hold their breath. Kaori Sakamoto has had that quality for years. But in Prague, on this night, it reached a completely new level. From the very first push of her blade against the ice, her signature calling card is immediately and undeniably on display. Speed. Not the mechanical, labored speed of an athlete grinding through a difficult program. Not the manufactured momentum of a skater who has rehearsed every centimeter of ice coverage, but effortless, natural, almost supernatural speed, the kind that comes from years of drilling deep edges until they become as instinctive as breathing. Kaori covers the full Olympic-sized rink in what feels like seconds, flowing from end to end with an uninterrupted smoothness that defies the physical reality of what she's doing. This is what coaches around the world point to when they talk about foundational skating quality. The ability to generate and sustain speed not through brute force, but through the depth and confidence of your edges. The ability to make a massive rink feel like it belongs to you entirely, corner to corner, end to end. Kaori doesn't skate on the ice. She commands it. Her first jumping pass arrives fast, almost startlingly fast, because the setup is compressed, powerful, and gives nothing away until the very last possible moment. The takeoff is explosive. The rotation is clean and fully rotated with axis alignment that makes the technical panel's job easy. When she lands, she drives deep into her knee, absorbing the massive impact of a triple rotation and immediately translating that downward energy right back into forward momentum. The ice chips fly. The technical box lights up green. The crowd responds with the kind of roar that shakes arena walls. The double axel, a jump that elite skaters sometimes treat as a mechanical checkpoint rather than an artistic opportunity, becomes something genuinely spectacular in Sakamoto's hands. She takes off from a powerful forward outside edge and then just floats. There's no other word for it. She suspends herself in the air with a hang time that seems to violate the basic principles of gravity, before landing with a smooth, running edge that flows seamlessly into the next section of choreography. It's not just technically impressive, it's beautiful. As the program moves forward, the triple Lutz arrives with thunderous authority. Her combinations land with a kind of precision that makes technically trained observers audibly gasp. Each element flows directly into the next without hesitation or visible effort, woven into the music so naturally that the line between the athletic and the artistic completely disappears. Here is where the story of this particular performance becomes genuinely extraordinary. Because Kaori Sakamoto, for all her athletic brilliance, has not always been universally celebrated as a complete package. In earlier seasons, perceptive critics occasionally noted a certain emotional restraint in her skating, a fierce, focused concentration that, while admirable in its intensity, sometimes created a subtle distance between the skater and the music she was performing to. The power was always there, the speed was always there, but the vulnerability, the willingness to fully open up and let the audience inside the performance that took time to fully arrive. In Prague, it has arrived, completely, without reservation. Tonight, Kaori is not just executing a program, she is living inside it. Her upper body moves with a lyrical softness and expansiveness that provides a stunning counterbalance to the sheer ballistic power firing out of her lower body. Her arms carve through the air with intention and sensitivity. Her expression is open, engaged, communicating something genuine to every person watching. She is telling a story with her body, and the story is landing. The step sequence draws one of the longest and loudest audience responses of the entire evening. The crowd isn't just reacting to the technical difficulty, they're reacting to the emotional connection, to the feeling of watching a world-class athlete who has also, somehow, figured out how to make you feel something. Every competitive figure skater knows the particular physical hell of the back half of a 4-minute free program. The lactic acid builds in the legs. The lungs start demanding more than the body can comfortably deliver. The ice feels subtly harder to push against. Small errors that the body could easily correct in fresh condition start to creep into the corners of jumps and spins. This is the part of the program where champions are truly separated from everyone else. This is where the physical preparation and the mental fortitude either hold or crack. Kaori Sakamoto not only holds, she accelerates. Her back-loaded triple-triple combination placed deliberately in the second half of the program to maximize the grade of execution bonus available under the scoring system hits with the same explosive height and rotational power as her opening elements. This is physically extraordinary. Landing a clean triple-triple in the final 90 seconds of a program, after everything the body has already been through, is the kind of athletic feat that most skaters spend entire careers chasing and never fully achieving. She makes it look inevitable. The mathematical reality of her performance begins to crystallize for everyone watching. The points are stacking up. The base value of her program was already among the highest of the evening. The grade of execution marks are all positive. If she completes the program cleanly, she isn't just going to win, she is going to win decisively. The choreographic sequence begins, and Kaori Sakamoto finally fully unleashes. She flows into a deep, soaring spiral, her free legs stretching to an almost impossibly high position, her body language opening up completely. And then it happens the moment the cameras catch, and the replays will play thousands of times in the days and weeks that follow. A massive, genuine smile breaks across her face. Not a performance smile, not the practiced, composed expression of a competitor who knows the cameras are watching. A real one. The kind that comes from somewhere deep, from the part of a person that exists entirely outside the competition and the pressure and the judges' marks. She knows she has done it. She drops into a breathtaking hydroblade, her face sweeping to within inches of the frozen surface, while her body remains in perfect, controlled extension, drawing gasps from every corner of the building. Her final spin builds to a rotational blur, positions locked, centering flawless, and then the music crashes to its finale. She strikes her ending pose. Prague detonates. The standing ovation begins before she has even fully stopped moving. Flowers and stuffed animals pour onto the ice from every section of the arena. Kaori throws her head back, chest heaving, and the tears begin. Because she carried the full weight of this moment, the expectations, the pressure, the responsibility of defending a legacy while fighting off some of the most talented challengers this sport has ever produced, and she didn't just survive it. She was magnificent under it. The scores flash across the screen, and the arena responds all over again. Technical elements score, 80.87. Program components, 78.11. Zero deductions. Free skate total, 158.97, a season best. Grand total, 238.28. 10 full points ahead of silver medalist Monet Chiba. Not a narrow victory, not a photo finish. A statement. In the winner's interview, still in her competition dress, a bright celebratory towel draped over her shoulders, Kaori speaks with the quiet, genuine humility that has always defined her public character. She praises Monet. She acknowledges Nina, Isabeau, Lara, every competitor who pushed her. She talks honestly about the difficult training hours, the moments of doubt she had to push through, the gratitude she carries for her coaching team and her supporters around the world. There is no arrogance in her words. There is no performance in her manner. Just a woman who understands, deeply and without ego, exactly what it took to get here. Because she knows the truth about this sport better than anyone. Past medals cannot land your jumps. Past championships cannot keep your edges deep. Every time the music begins, you start from absolute zero, and you earn every point, every moment, every breath of it from scratch. On this night, in Prague, Kaori Sakamoto earned all of it. Standing on the top step of the podium, gold medal hanging from her neck, Japan's national anthem filling the Prague arena from floor to rafters, the scene carries a weight and beauty that goes beyond sport. This is a living legend at the absolute peak of her powers. A skater who took everything this discipline has to offer, the deep edges, the explosive power, the artistic expression, the competitive ferocity, and forged it into something entirely, unmistakably her own. The 2026 World Figure Skating Championships will be remembered for its extraordinary depth, for the emergence of new stars, for the drama and beauty of the competition. But above everything else, it will be remembered as the night Kaori Sakamoto took to the ice in Prague and painted a masterpiece. She skated for history, and history gave her exactly one verdict: 238.28. Undeniable, untouchable, unforgettable.